but we have to go really slow.
In New Sharon, Maine, a sudden flash freeze has turned the roadway into a sheet of ice.
I'm having so much PTSD right now. I'm honestly panicking.
We're gonna scud, but we're only going 5 miles an hour.
So one driver, who seems to have experience with conditions like this, wisely takes extreme caution on her way home.
My wheels are stopping, but the car's still sliding.
As her passenger offers helpful advice.
Just go 5 miles an hour.
Just for the hill.
Yes, just for the hill. We're going 5 miles an hour. And around the bend that I had my accident. That is slippery.
While the slight uphill battle may be too much for cars going the other way, the driver's cautious approach seems to be working.
Why aren't they salting the roads yet?
We can't go up.
Unfortunately, there's another driver behind them that is having a lot more trouble. And their vehicle is much, much bigger.
Oh my God! Let's call 911.
A semi, coming from behind, loses control, sending its load spinning, clipping the woman's car and crashing into two others.
Call 911. Call 911.
Amazingly, the woman in this car somehow escapes serious injury, as do the two occupants of the white truck behind it. The driver goes to check on the woman in the first car hit as her friend calls 911.
I don't know, but it's in New Sharon. There's a huge semi truck. It just crashed.
Authorities arrive soon after. According to the woman filming, the roads froze over in less than 10 minutes.
I'm honestly panicking.
Which serves as a reminder to always take it slow in the cold, because loss of control can happen incredibly fast.
Oh my God!
A terrifying situation in McDermott, Nevada.
Bro, this dude's going crazy. Look at that. Look at that, bro.
Jose Lozoya records a semi-truck that appears to be deliberately crashing into cars just outside the Say When Casino.
I'm a recovery driver for a company, so I was just driving my semi-truck from Winnemucca up to Caldwell, and I thought it was just a road rage incident where maybe the semi-truck driver had an argument with a pickup truck or the white car. What the?
According to Jose, the driver had allegedly tried to hit this pickup truck moments earlier. Now, it's just sideswiped this SUV and is circling behind the casino.
He's taking off on him, bro. When he went around the building, I thought it was gonna be a hit and run. That's what most people do. They hit something and they take off.
But the semi-driver isn't running. He's coming back for more.
What the? What the?
The semi slams into a white pickup truck and pushes it into the rear wheel of Jose's truck.
I wasn't sure what to do. I was basically bracing for the impact or try to see if I can dodge it like last minute, make sure like he didn't know what I was gonna do. What the? What the? They just barely clipped the end of my truck. I parked my truck. I went over to where his semi-truck was. I got onto the back of his truck, disconnected his air lines to the trailer, which makes the brakes on the trailer lock up. That way he can't move forward or backwards. And he's just stuck in place, basically.
Thanks to Jose's quick thinking, police arrest the driver of the semi for multiple charges, including battery with a deadly weapon, felony reckless driving, assault with a deadly weapon, and driving a commercial vehicle without CDL endorsement. According to Jose, the two people inside the white truck that was hit suffered only minor injuries. It remains unclear what started the entire incident, but it completely changed Jose's approach to driving.
When I see other cars driving a certain way, sometimes it reminds me of that incident with the truck driver, and I get a little bit scared, but I just get through it. That's a bull, bro.
On a California highway, a good reminder that an erratic driver is by definition unpredictable, and as such, should be approached with great caution. A security camera records as a sports car, which according to witnesses, has allegedly been driving erratically, rear-ends an SUV. Seconds later, two truck drivers, one of whom reportedly claims to have seen the sports car run a red light before this crash even occurred, try to box the driver in.
This guy.
As the driver of the rear-ended SUV approaches the sports car, the driver of the white box truck begins recording with his phone.
He's been driving erratically since victory.
Lock him in, lock him in.
I get back in your car, man. He's gonna hit you. Hey, come back, dude.
Someone call 911.
But the sports car driver apparently has no intention of sticking around.
Get in the car! Back away! Get it away! Move! It's okay, ma'am. Back up!
Fortunately, despite his best efforts, the driver's demolition derby has apparently knocked his vehicle out of commission, finally putting an end to the destruction.
I don't think he can go anywhere, but he's trying. I would just go past him.
A short time later, the 22-year-old driver is arrested. According to court records, he's convicted of reckless driving and misdemeanor hit and run, most likely for the multiple times he rammed his car into other vehicles. Although it remains unclear what sparked the man's violent rampage, at least it ended with no one being seriously injured or worse. On I-70 in Colorado, a terrifying example of how thin the line can be between life and death on the road.
Oh. Thanks, Anonymous. Thanks, man.
Live streamer Joshua McCutcheon is en route from Los Angeles to Indiana, broadcasting his trip while responding to viewers.
Dude.
And accepting donations.
Thanks, Sean. That's the guy from my mom's church. Thanks, buddy.
I've been live streaming almost every day of my life since February 20th, 2015. It's just part of my life.
But an accident has stalled traffic, leaving Josh trying to fill the lull.
What the fudge was I talking about? Dang, I can't remember now. What was I talking about?
I flipped the camera on myself just to talk to the people that were watching at the time.
And in doing so, Josh never sees it coming.
Guys under bumper. Yes, I know. You're welcome, guys. I'm just curious. We almost died.
And the semi-truck just came barreling by super fast on the emergency ramp, and it shook the whole van.
Oh my God!
And I was like, that guy's gonna kill someone.
We almost died.
Then there was just an explosion, and
Oh my God! Something's on fire, blew up here, guys.
I see just a big plume of smoke going up past the bridge. That's when I knew that things were not good.
Okay, we're gonna have to go this way. Holy what the how was that car flying so fast?
As Joshua heads up the exit, he and his audience debate what he should do.
Help them? What am I don't know. I'm not a first responder. I don't know CPR. I don't know what to do. Damn, that scared the out of me. How's that guy barreling so fast? Did he just blow up or did he?
Hold on. It had crashed into a bunch of cars that were stopped already. I just went into full reporter mode.
We are live on the scene. There is a complete fire. Holy things are exploding. There is fire coming out from underneath. You see, we can see a car right here. Completely crushed, completely just, oh gosh.
I'm going over the overpass. I see explosions and fire coming up over the bridge.
Oh my God. There's a huge pileup on I-70. Holy cow, I hope everyone is okay. More exploding behind me. Oh my God!
According to news reports, the seemingly out-of-control semi has ignited a 28-vehicle pileup.
I saw an office park, so I pulled over there so I could go and see if there's anything I could do or just documenting the event.
Josh McCutcheon reporting live from I-70. There's a huge fire. There's multiple semi-trucks, vehicles involved. This is really bad. This is the worst crash I've ever seen.
There were over 12 cars burning and things exploding. It was like a war zone.
As firefighters arrive at the scene and gradually begin to beat back the flames,
You can see a car, outline of a car right there. What's left of a car.
Joshua begins to consider how fortunate he is.
Gosh, I'm so thankful that I was about a minute or two. Maybe if I wouldn't have got that Chipotle, if I would have just been a little bit farther up, one of those cars could have been me, guys.
There's just a lot of crying and then people trying to just be there for each other.
According to news reports, the devastating crash has led to the deaths of 4 people. The 23-year-old driver of the semi survives, but is taken into police custody, telling investigators that the truck's brakes failed. But an investigation turns up witness accounts claiming the man had been driving recklessly, and that when the truck initially lost control, he didn't use an available runaway truck ramp to slow down. According to court documents, the semi-driver is convicted of 27 charges, including 4 counts of vehicular homicide. For Josh, the devastating incident is a powerful reminder that when on the road, always keep your focus.
We just cured anxiety.
Oh my God!
On the road.
We almost died!
In Austin, Texas, a motorist with a dash cam is waved on by a dump truck driver who may be having some trouble. The car's driver continues down a long, curving hill to a stoplight. The intersection is busy, making it a bit more challenging for cars in the far right lane to make the turn on red. Which is very bad news for the driver in this gray sedan. Disaster strikes. The dump truck from earlier plows into a gray sedan, pushes it through the intersection, hits several other vehicles, and then punches through a concrete barrier before finally plummeting more than 15 feet and landing on its side in a ravine.
Down there, sir.
Thankfully, Good Samaritans are able to pull the driver out before his truck catches fire. Emergency personnel arrive on the scene. The driver of the gray sedan is reportedly treated for concussion. The 19-year-old driver of a red car that was T-boned reportedly incurs a spinal injury. None of the motorists, including the trucker, sustained life-threatening injuries. Investigators later determined brake failure as the cause of the multi-car collision. As bad as this situation was, considering the extent of the damage and the number of vehicles involved, everyone is lucky it wasn't much, much worse. A terrifying situation is unfolding in a California parking lot. According to police reports, this woman was allegedly pulled from her car by someone trying to steal her purse. And now the alleged thief is in the woman's vehicle, attempting to flee. Onlookers immediately jump in to stop the driver, but it's far too dangerous.
Get out of the car!
And the bizarre escape attempt is only getting even more out of control.
What the?
The vehicle now apparently inoperable.
Grab her!
The driver makes a break for it,
Grab her!
but doesn't get far.
What the?
Call 911! What is the matter with you? Do you understand?
Do you know how many people you almost just killed?
Please hurry. Hurry up.
Authorities arrive on the scene soon after.
What the?
The alleged carjacker is arrested
Ruined my weekend.
and treated at a nearby hospital. She faces charges of vandalism, carjacking, and assault with a deadly weapon. The 75-year-old woman whose car was allegedly stolen stays with a Good Samaritan bystander until help arrives. She is also treated for minor injuries. The woman's vehicle and at least 5 others in the parking lot sustained substantial damage. It turns out the car's anti-theft lock was on the steering wheel, preventing the suspect from being able to steer.
I mean, I don't know how she thought she was gonna steal the car. It has a thing on the wheel. You can't even move it. That's why she was crashing like that.
Although the property damage is devastating, fortunately for everyone in the parking lot that day, they escaped with their lives. On a rural road in Fayette County, Pennsylvania.
Yo, that was crazy. We're all over the road, man.
A truck driver and his passenger record a vehicle up ahead that, according to them, has been driving erratically.
I don't know if they're drunk or what's going on. They need to get their mind right.
And the driver's weaving on the road only seems to be getting more extreme.
She did come close as hell to that truck. Still swerving off the road, though. Look, all off the road. On to the other lane. All off the road again.
At a stoplight, the men trailing the driver try to suss out what's going on.
Look like they're tired or something. Rubbing their neck and everything. I hope not falling asleep.
Whatever the cause, the erratic driver presses on.
Swerving. Oh, Lord.
But her luck may be running out.
Please put the protection around that car, Father God. No, 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 wake up now! Oh, Jesus.
Despite the close call, the suspected drowsy driver continues on.
Slow down a little bit, because I don't want to be involved in an accident. Oh, no.
Wise words that these men are about to wish they had taken to heart.
Son of a bitch! I knew it was coming!
The SUV driver takes a sudden left turn right in front of an oncoming vehicle, setting off a dangerous chain reaction.
Son of a bitch! I knew it was coming! All right, man? Yeah, I'm fine. I recorded the whole thing. She was swerving. Somebody needs to check on her, make sure she's okay.
The man stops filming and calls 911. Police later determined the swerving driver was fatigued following a midnight shift at her workplace.
Oh, Lord.
According to state troopers, the driver is charged with a minor traffic violation.
No, wake up, no!
Fortunately for everyone on the road that day, there are no serious injuries. But there are two big lessons.
Slow down a little bit, because I don't want to be involved in an accident.
Never drive drowsy, no matter how badly you want to get home. And give erratic drivers as much room as humanly possible.
Knew it was coming!
Outside a bar in Atlanta, Georgia. According to a witness, this man was just escorted out of the bar by a patron after allegedly behaving erratically. Jeff Whitmire is the patron who guided him to the exit.
The manager at the time brought it to my attention there was a patron at the bar who kind of seemed out of it, and he asked me just to check on him. So I said, hey, what's going on? And he started freaking out a little bit, wanting to know how he could get out of the place. And I told him, follow me.
As the man now stands in the parking lot, Jeff has gone back inside to get him some water. But while doing so, the man starts walking toward his car, appearing to be fairly unsteady as he does.
When I came back out from getting some water, I said, where did he go?
By the time Jeff realizes where the man is, it's too late.
He's backing up and he sideswipes my vehicle. So I come running down, proceeding to try to tell him to stop. And he hits a friend of mine's vehicle that was there.
Unfortunately, the worst is yet to come.
After the initial impact, I completely blacked out. Luckily, my head missed the driver's side tire by a couple inches.
Incredibly, as two other patrons run out, Jeff comes to and manages to roll out from under the vehicle and get to safety.
Had I been laying on the ground, it probably would have been a different outcome for me.
Unable to stop the driver, the two other patrons run inside to get more help as Jeff wisely keeps his distance.
At that point, I wasn't real sure what was going on. I just knew that I heard him still hitting cars, and I was trying to get out of the way.
The driver appears to then frantically look for a way out of the parking lot, as the other men return with yet another patron, whose reaction says it all. Meanwhile, Jeff slowly makes his way back to the parking lot.
At that point, that's when adrenaline must have been leaving my body because I collapsed and hit the ground. And at that moment, he flees the scene.
The other patrons tend to Jeff until emergency services arrive. Miraculously, he sustains non-life-threatening injuries. By the time police arrive, the man is long gone. But then, something remarkable happens.
2 weeks later, he happened to come into the bar. One of the managers on duty identified him, and security held him.
According to the incident report, police are called to the bar to detain the 31-year-old man who claims to have no recollection of the incident. He is allowed to leave. But 1 month after the incident, he is arrested and according to jail records, he is charged with multiple crimes, including aggravated assault and hit and run resulting in serious injury. The case remains under investigation. As for Jeff, who realizes how lucky he is to be alive, he's learned an invaluable lesson from the terrifying ordeal.
I think it's better to keep your distance, kind of observe a little more than try to get involved like I did. I tend to be a risk taker, and that time the risk didn't weigh out too well for me.
It's the middle of the day in Rowland Heights, California. A dash cam records as a woman travels on a 2-lane road behind another car that is driving a little erratically. But eventually, it seems to get back in line. That is, until a little further down the road, when the driver of the car in front suddenly does something truly bizarre. She exits the vehicle, sending it rolling directly into oncoming traffic. The driverless vehicle hits an SUV that then careens into a second car and then a third off camera, causing a multi-vehicle accident and forcing several others to swerve out of the way, finally coming to rest on the far sidewalk. Turns out, the car was stolen. The woman who abandoned the vehicle is later tracked down and arrested. She's charged with auto theft, driving under the influence of drugs, and hit and run with a runaway car. No word to date on the final outcome of the case,